Well, hello there, it's Wizard, and today we are going to be talking about the new blog that Jagex posted yesterday on the new skills that could potentially come to this game. We're talking about sailing, we're talking about taming, and we're talking about shamanism. So, I'm just going to preface and say that I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible. However, that's just simply going to be difficult because they're my opinions, and these are very vague pitches, so I have thoughts about them, and that's basically it. But I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible because I am not the only person who is affected by this. It's everybody in this entire game. So I'm going to try to think logically and think about what this game would probably benefit the most from. However, I will say that as an art director, I'm aware that these are very early stage concepting ideas for Jagex. They had somebody put together mood boards, a couple ideas to be able to throw these together and give us ideas. Very early stage things. So by the time a new skill cut rolls around, it could look very different than what we're seeing. So just remember that when we talk about these things. So let's dive in. We got sailing first, and I'm going to start by saying sailing is probably my least favorite. It's been pulled before. I didn't like it when it was pulled before. However, there are new changes, and I can't necessarily say whether I like or dislike them now, but let's go into them. So, core gameplay loop says you're going to navigate to a port, obtain a ship, engage in fun activities at the sea. I would really like to know what these fun activities at the sea were, because I'm not a huge pirate loving guy. So I want to know what I'm doing out there and what would make it fun for me. Right now, sailing feels very much like I would have to go out of my way than how I currently play the game to basically level, and I don't necessarily know if I'm on board with that. And I don't know if anyone else would be either. I know some people really like the idea of sailing in games. Sea of Thieves is a very popular game. That's not one I've ever touched, but the pirate immersion aesthetic, or sailor, seaman, that exists. So I acknowledge that this could be something that people really like, but I want a skill that is going to be engaging and fun, not something that I'm going to have to go out of my way just to train. But let's look at what they also had to say about it. So some of the things that could, come into this is deep sea fishing, hunting elusive sea creatures, navigational challenges where you navigate a ship across some sort of obstacle or a threat, delivering packages from A to B, and uncovering new islands to explore. Let's start with deep sea fishing. Fishing is a thing in this game that we already have. So would this just be getting fishing XP while I'm out in the sea? Why not just add new fishing spots? Just a thought. Again, disagree with me all you'd like. And then we got hunting elusive sea creatures. What does that entitle? Is this new hunting creatures? Are we also going to be leveling our hunting? Or if you're hunting sea creatures out in the sea, is this counting for sailing? If a mass majority of the stuff you're doing in sailing is hunting sea creatures, I feel like sailing is not the best name for it, and there could be something different name-wise. I don't know. I know sailing is the name here because it was popular from an old pitch, so I'm keeping that in mind as well. And they're trying very hard to differentiate that pitch from this one. Navigational challenges where you navigate the ship across some sort of obstacle or threat. So is this the hot air balloons? Like, are we gonna have like a little graphic come up that shows arrows and, similar to the hot air balloon structure in this game? Probably not, but just kind of, that's what I think of because it's a very old school thing in this game, and that's how you travel with a hot air balloon in this game. So it's like, it's just, if sailing's gonna be the same as that, like, I'm good. Like, we have hot air balloon travel, and I can't say that's the most riveting content. So moving on, delivering packages from A to B. So I'm a delivery driver now. sailing is just me having a job in this game, and I work for Amazon OSRS Express. I don't know. Uncovering new islands to explore, I like that. I like the idea of expanding islands in the ocean. However, I don't know if that fits in a skill. I feel like that could be just wide open for new expansion content, new questing, new things like that. I don't know if it being attached to a skill is the way to introduce new islands and new waters, whatever. This is all I'm really going to touch on sailing. It is probably my least favorite. I didn't like the initial pitch of sailing. I know they're trying hard to make it different, and I respect that. I just don't know if I like sailing as an idea. I don't know if I can see myself being a sailor in this game. That's just me. If this excites you, fantastic. I really hope that this idea can come to you. If any of these ideas come into the game, I'm going to play them, because I'm not going to be bitter about any of it. So I'm just going to throw that out there as well. The reward space, getting big boats, things like that. Looks cool, maybe. There's new stuff you can wear, like cosmetics. Sounds good. There isn't really any rewards that have been set out, though, so you don't know what they are. Let's go to entertainment. So, the core gameplay is domesticate a creature in the open world, care for it by providing food, a home, and enriching activities, and train and level your new friend. So, Old School RuneScape and Pokemon, boom! Sounds cool, but a little concerning. Right now I'm killing blue dragons. Are you telling me that I would be able to potentially tame a blue dragon, this big fucker I'm attacking right now, and be able to have it follow me around in the game, do stuff for me utility wise, or help me attack? I need more details, because if that's the case, this feels very dangerous for the overall combat. Excuse me, a burp just flew out of my mouth there. This feels very dangerous for the overall combat experience that exists in RuneScape, and what makes Old School what it is that experience. And as you know, with evolution of combat, people don't want the combat experience to change in this game. They like it how it is. They left the game when it changed before. Please don't mess with it again enough to make people leave. Like, that is the last thing you would want from a new skill, is to make something so broken and so meta changing that people leave. I really do like the idea of taming, though. Like, it seems fun, like to have like creatures like that aren't just pets following you around and doing things for you. That's cool. I really like that idea. However, I need more information, and I know it's hard to say that, because I know these are initial pitches, and they might not be able to expand all three of them, but you really do need more information on some of this stuff to be able to have a thorough opinion about it. This does seem intriguing and dangerous at the same time. I will also say that I worry about the pets being undervalued, like the pets we have in this game. Right now, there's a massive rush of dopamine for some people when they get a pet unexpected, or if they've been grinding and they finally get it. That experience is so rich in this game, and it's something you can't get from a lot of different games. I play World of Warcraft. I mount hunt, and even getting a mount on World of Warcraft doesn't even compete with getting a pet in RuneScape. It's just how it is. Like, even some of the craziest mounts in WoW that I've received, Invincible from Icecrown, Rivendare's Death Charger from, way back. It's just those drops are rare, but they're not 1 in 5k rare, right? Like, so There's something really beautiful about how pets work in this game, and I don't think there's a lot of other games that replicate that type of vibe. So that worries me because I think that is a really good, healthy part of this game. I say healthy because back up. I'm not gonna say healthy because some people spend unhealthy amounts of time grinding for these. I think it is a good part of this game to be rewarded with pets, whether it be from grinding or getting rewarded with them by good RNG. It worries me that having all these different, companions that actually do have a utility would devalue those items. Like, what if somebody loves their KBD pet, but they all of a sudden don't like it as much because you can tame a black dragon that actually does stuff for you? It's just something to consider. It worries me a little bit. So, I like the idea. It's fun. It's playful. I know there are people out there that are just like, this is awesome. I love this idea. I want pets in this game like this. And I'm cheering for you. This would be sick. But I don't know enough about it to necessarily say I'm on the side of taming. It feels dangerous. It could be great. We don't know. The last one is Shamanism. And I'm going to start out by saying I get why they named it Shamanism, although the name could use some work. So maybe they reconsider the naming of this by the time it comes around. Core gameplay loop. Forage for natural components throughout the world. Gather spiritual components at disturbed sites. Draw a ritual circle anywhere in the world. And create powerful shamanic items through rituals. It's cool. I think this one has the most potential. It is, diving into the spirit realm. It is imbuing items. You're gathering resources, you're producing with components, you're making tikis, totems, stuff like that. I think it fits in the most with what we have right now, currently with Old School RuneScape. I feel is the most natural here. However, I would really like to see more information on this. So I really hope people are asking the right questions and Jagex is answering the right ones so that we can really figure out what this is, because the last thing I would want too is this also be another power creep skill that makes it just so meta that it just changes the way combat is forever. I want it to enrich combat, and it definitely has the potential to do so. We just don't know. Like, what if there are niche items in this game that you don't really use, and having it imbued by shamanism is something that actually makes it useful in certain situations. Like dead weaponry or combat or items or things like that in the game now become possible because of this. That sounds pretty nice. Reward space, we got ability to create potent magical items, wards, oils, incense, salves, idols, relics, tikis, and totems. Don't know the exact effects. They provide magical support. They're excited to narrow it down. I am too, because I don't know much about it. It sounds really great. So, the TLDR is sailing is a massive overhaul, and it's hard to tell how much this is going to affect the game moving forward. It could be really great for the game, or it could be really dangerous. We might find out. Depends on how everybody else feels. Taming feels like it could be a power creep and be a real issue, as well as undervaluing the pets that we have in this game today. Shamanism feels like it has a lot of potential, but need more info to be able to figure out what that potential is. So that's my nutshell. If you stayed here and went through my ramble, I appreciate you. I am excited to figure out what this means for the game. I will say that I would totally be okay with not having a new skill in the game, but here we are. People voted. This is what they want, so I'm trying my hardest to try to figure out what actually makes the most sense for the game for my vote. I can't really say I'm on board with any of these three. I do think Shamanism feels the most intriguing, So I'd really love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. So please leave a comment and let me know what you think. Please keep the comments respectful. Again, I could be totally wrong. I am not like the hearsay, this is how the game deserves to be. If you love sailing, even though I'm not a huge fan of it, great, I'm happy for you. If you're a big fan of Taming and you think that is the penultimate skill this game needs, I really hope they add it to the game. Like, I don't hold any malice over a different opinion. So please be respectful for me and let's talk about it, because I love an open conversation about this. So that's all I have today. I hope you enjoyed my mindless clicking while I killed blue dragons. I got some Slayer to do in my magic only Iron Man. We're getting that trident ASAP. So hey, thank you so much for stopping by. I got more content coming, especially for what's been going on with the Stylox team. I won't spoil anything here, but you'll see in the next video what's been going on. So take care and have a great rest of your weeks.